First Dynasty, Origin of the World, Uranus and Gæa. The ancient Greeks posited various theories regarding the genesis of the cosmos, yet the prevailing belief held that preceding the emergence of our world, there existed a chaotic amalgamation of formless elements known as chaos. Through a process whose specifics remain elusive, these elements eventually coalesced into two distinct substances. The lighter fraction ascended, shaping the expanse of the heavens, forming a vast overarching dome that shielded the solid mass below. Thus emerged the primal deities of Greek mythology, Uranus and Gæa, also known as Gæa. Uranus personified the ethereal realm, embodying qualities of light, warmth, purity, and ubiquity. In contrast, Gæa symbolized the stable, fertile earth, revered as the nurturing mother of all life. She was worshipped under myriad epithets reflecting her maternal essence, and her reverence was widespread throughout Greece. Temples dedicated to her adorned numerous cities, and her name held such sanctity that it was invoked in solemn oaths, declarations, and pleas for aid by both gods and mortals alike. Uranus, representing the celestial realm, was believed to have entered into matrimony with Gæa, embodiment of the terrestrial sphere. This concept, upon brief contemplation, reveals both poetic beauty and logical coherence. In a figurative interpretation, their union mirrors a profound reality. The benevolent countenance of heaven brings forth the vibrant blossoms of the earth, whereas its prolonged scowls cast a pall over its affectionate consort, rendering her attire somber in consonance with his melancholic disposition. The offspring of Uranus and Gæa, first among them, was Oceanus, the expansive current encircling the globe. Here, another logical yet imaginative inference arises, affirmed by even a cursory understanding of natural phenomena. The ocean originates from the convergence of heavenly rains and terrestrial streams. By depicting Oceanus as the progeny of Uranus and Gæa, the ancients, whether in literal or metaphorical terms, conveyed the notion that the ocean emerges from the collaborative influence of sky and land. Moreover, their fervent and imaginative spirit envisioned within this concept, as in all expressions of natural forces, a palpable divine presence. However, Uranus, the celestial embodiment of brilliance, warmth, and vitality, gave rise to progeny of a more ethereal nature compared to his son Oceanus. These offspring were believed to inhabit the intermediary realm that separated him from Gæa. Closest to Uranus, just beneath him, emerged Aether, a radiant entity symbolizing the exquisitely rarefied atmosphere accessible only to immortals. Following Aether was Air, situated in near proximity to Gæa, representing the denser atmosphere enveloping the earth, essential for mortal sustenance, without which they would perish. Aether and Air were demarcated by divinities known as Nephilai, their restless and nomadic sisters existing in the guise of clouds, forever drifting between Aether and Air. Additionally, Gæa birthed the mountains and Pontus, merging with the latter to give rise to sea deities such as Nereus, Thaumas, Phorcys, Ceto, and Erebus. Alongside Uranus and Gæa, two formidable entities emerged from chaos as well. These were Erebus and Nyx, casting a stark contrast to the radiant heavens and the fertile earth. Erebus ruled over the enigmatic depths below, where neither sunlight nor daylight nor any trace of life-giving terrestrial vitality ever penetrated. Nyx, Erebus's sister, personified night and was venerated by ancient civilizations with profound reverence. Uranus was also said to have been linked with Nyx, albeit solely in his capacity as the god of light, being perceived as the origin and essence of all illumination. Their offspring were Eos, the dawn, and Hemera, the daylight. Nyx, in turn, was also twofoldly united, having entered into matrimony at some indefinite juncture with Erebus. In addition to the offspring of heaven and earth already mentioned, Uranus and Gæa brought forth two distinct races known as Giants and Titans. The Giants embodied sheer brute strength, while the Titans combined their immense physical prowess with varying degrees of intellectual acumen. Among the Giants were three formidable beings, Briareus, Cottus, and Gyges, each endowed with 100 hands and 50 heads. They were collectively known as the Hekatoncheiros, signifying their 100-handed nature. These formidable giants possessed the power to shake the very foundations of the universe, and trigger earthquakes, representing the potent subterranean forces mentioned earlier. The Titans, numbering 12, included Oceanus, Ceos, Krios, Hyperion, Iapetus, Cronus, Thea, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and Tethys. Uranus, the embodiment of the chaste light of heaven and all that is radiant and pleasing, detested his unruly and turbulent offspring, the Giants, fearing that their immense power might pose a threat to him. Consequently, he banished them to Tartarus, the underworld dungeon of the gods. In retaliation for the oppression of her children, the Giants, Gæa incited the Titans to revolt against Uranus, a plot successfully executed by her son Cronus. Cronus wounded his father, and from the blood spilled upon the earth arose a race of monstrous beings also known as giants. With the aid of his Titan brethren, Cronus overthrew his father, who, infuriated by his defeat, cursed his rebellious son and foretold a similar fate for him. Cronus ascended to supreme power and allocated prestigious roles to his brothers, second only to himself. However, once secure in his position, he betrayed his brothers, waging war against them, and, with the assistance of the giants, vanquished those who resisted him, consigning them to the depths of Tartarus.